Hi everyone, it's Mary Melfi, your Hunterdon County Clerk. Today, you joined me last week when I voted my ballot, and now we're going to go and return my ballot to the Board of Elections. Here we are in beautiful downtown Flemington. We are at 71 Main Street. The historic courthouse is to my right. The Hall of Records is to my left. And in between is an alleyway, which is going to take us to the Board of Elections, where we're going to take my ballot. So come on, let's take this ballot. And here we are at the Board of Elections. And we're going to ring the bell. And somebody will come assist me. It's Beth Thompson, the Board Administrator.
Good afternoon,
Hi,
good morning,
Beth.
good evening. Welcome to the Hunterdon County Board of Elections. Come on in, Mary.
I'm here to return my ballot. Hi, Beth. I'm here to return my ballot.
Hi, Mary. Do you have identification with you?
There's my photo ID.
All right, thank you very much, Mary. I'm going to have you fill out a certification that says that you are delivering your own ballot. So if you would kindly fill out this block, check that you're delivering your own ballot. And then I will go ahead and certify that we've seen your driver's license. We're going to put in today's date, my initials, and the time. And I want to thank you for voting today. I'll take your ballot. We're going to go ahead and take it upstairs. And would you like an I voted sticker?
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. Have a wonderful day, Mary Melfi, and thank you for voting.
Thank you, Beth.
Now that we have our voter's ballot, we're going to go take it over to our official time stamp and make sure that it's stamped with the date and the time. Normally, if a ballot arrives by the United States Postal Service, it will have a postmark, but we still go through the process of actually time and date stamping it when it arrives into our office. So I'm going to take Mary's ballot officially over to our time clock and go ahead and stamp it in. Now we've got received elections and the time and the date that it's arrived into our office. The next process this is going to be actually receiving the ballot into our computer system so that we actually know we have Mary's ballot in our possession. The state requires us to use what we call a statewide voter registration system. Our statewide voter registration system handles over 100,000 records for the actively registered voters in Hunterdon County. Each person has their own profile with all of their election information, their address, signatures, documentation that we scan. So it is loaded with all of the information that we need to make sure that this voter has a successful ballot counted. So we are going to take Mary's ballot today. We're going to log into our computer system. And we are going to take the barcode that's on the back of Mary's ballot, which is specific to Mary Melfi's account. We are going to scan it in and hit insert. Now, if I go over to the ballots received and I take this barcode again, it will pop up and it actually says that Mary H. Melfi's ballot has been received. Now that Mary's ballot has been received, or any voter's ballot is received, we are going to open up the outer envelope and remove the inner envelope from the outer envelope. We are going to be reviewing this ballot to make sure that it's got Mary's signature on it, and just as if you would go to the polls, this particular certificate is like a poll book. We need to inspect that Mary's signature matches what we have on file. So we are going to take and go into Mary Melfi's profile by, again, scanning her barcode, pulling up her barcode, and if we have her profile, everything matches. We're going to hit view, and we are going to see that the signature that Mary has provided is an exact match of what we have in our system. Now, if there was an issue with Mary's ballot, we have 4 commissioners that are recommended by their political parties and appointed by the governor. They work on behalf of both the Democratic and Republican parties to overview what we do in this office. If there was an issue with this ballot, we would ensure that copies from Mary's profile of every signature we have on file would go before a board review, and then they would make sure that they either accepted or rejected the ballot based on the signature. If the ballot is rejected for signature, there will be a time period that you will be able to contact us and verify that this was your signature, and it will be a process that we will put in place and have you take care of if you get a rejection letter from our office. So now that we've verified that this is Mary's ballot, the signature matches, we are going to go ahead and put a label on it. Now this ballot has been certified to be counted on Election Day. So let's fast forward, and today is July 7th, 2020. It is primary election day. Mary's ballot has been locked and sequestered in a file cabinet with all of the other ballots that belong in the municipality that Mary votes in. On Election Day, all of these ballots need to be anonymous. What happens on Election Day is we have a team of employees that are responsible for solely removing the certificate. Now that we've verified that this is Mary's ballot and she signed it, we are going to now remove the certificate, and this is now Mary's authority slip to have her ballot counted. This gets separated from her ballot, so now and gets placed with all of the other ballots, and it is now anonymous. So this gets separated. We now have a ballot with no certificate on it. This ballot then in turn will go to a next team in a different floor. They will go ahead and slit open the envelope. I'm going to do this rough for you today. We have a fancy machine here that does all this automated normally. And what will happen is they will remove the ballot from the inner envelope. This goes into the garbage, and they will place Mary's voted ballot in a pile with all of the other ballots that belong in her municipality, ward, and district. After these are counted, then they go to this floor in the room that I am in, where we will have a vendor who operates a scanning system on Election Day that goes through rigorous testing, just as our voting machines do prior to an election. Every candidate bubble is programmed so that when you fill in your bubble, your vote is cast for the candidate of your choice. At the end of the day, or when the ballots are tallied, we bring those results over to the clerk's office, and then she loads that to the public, very similarly to what we do on election night with the voting machines. So I just wanted to end this instructional video with letting you know that we here in Hunterdon take pride in what we do here, and we want you to have the confidence to know that your vote will count on Election Day. If you have questions about whether your ballot has been received, you can call our office at 908-788-1193 or 1192 or 1191. If you have questions about whether or not you've been issued a ballot or you need a ballot, please contact County Clerk Mary Melfi at 908-788-1214. I want to thank you for taking the time to see this video, and we wish you well. Thank you.